Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday morning podcast for Monday, April 11th. 2016. What's going on? How are you? It's Sunday night. It's a Sunday evening. I'm in the house all by myself. The lovely Nia had some business meeting or some shit she had to go to. It's show business. I know what you're saying. You guys all live in the normal world. You're thinking like, wait, my wife says she's got a business meeting on a Sunday night at fucking surpassed a certain hour. That means she's out there banging somebody else fucking ball banging cocktail. I know that's what you're thinking, but I'm in show business, so it's totally normal for them to go out that way. What the fuck happened to the hi-hat over here? I told you I got my little fucking practice set up there. What the fuck is... Maybe Cleo was playing it when I wasn't here. Anyways. So she's out, so I'm going to try to knock this out because I got to be at work on Monday for something. For some reason, I still can't say what it is or what's going on. Hopefully soon. Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. Maybe you don't know what it is. Maybe you don't listen every week, but you know what it is. So I got to be at work on Monday. And, Billy fucking clean living. Ever since I got back from Canada, Canada, you bunch of freezing cunts. I just got back from there, and I kind of realized that when I go on the road with the fellas, we act like we're on some sort of bachelor party. I don't know what it is, minus the fucking whoas. Everything else, we basically, we booze and we smoke cigars and that thing, and it's just, it takes a lot out of me. And I got a bunch of shit I got to do, so I kind of need to be clear-headed as opposed to the usual. Usually when I got nothing going on in my life, I mean, I can fucking, I can have a few, right? I can wake up the next morning like, Jesus, I just get some fucking eggs or something, right? I can be in that mindset, but as of right now, I can't. So I have not done anything. I haven't done shit. I haven't drank. I haven't smoked. I'm eating pretty good. I'm even laying off the internet porn. I mean, it's just fucking over. I actually got this Time magazine that was about internet porn and how it's like fucking people up, especially like kids, when they first like just the shit. Who's kidding who? The shit you can see on the fucking internet. I can't believe nobody stepped in. I'm not saying somebody should step in, but I got to tell you, if they knew what the fuck the internet was going to be whenever Al Gore was inventing it back in the 80s. I never said that. I said that I was involved in the email chain, whatever the fuck he said. That fucking guy. Remember when his campaign was over? Remember when he was dancing around and all sweaty and all that shit? He just looked like he was so fucking relieved that it was over. What a thing to go through, running for president. I just saw a clip of Hillary Clinton. I have not been paying attention at all, but Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to her? She looks like Earl fucking Weaver. She looks like Earl Weaver. She was doing something, right? She was standing in some black church, right? Baptist church, I'm going to assume, I don't think it was a Jewish synagogue there, whatever the fuck temple. She was in this green suit. She's just like yelling, all the shit she was going to do. That's the only time a politician goes near the black community is when they're running. They swing by the church, they make a whole bunch of promises, and then they get in the fucking limo and they go, let's get the fuck out of here, right? Fuck out of Dodge. And then they go over, they do a town meeting, talk to all the lunch pail Louis, right? Then if there's even those people left in this country, if you fucking make anything, and they get over there and they roll up their sleeves. That's when they're talking to the working man. They take off their sport coat and they roll up their sleeves. Like they're going to build something rather than just go out there and say the exact same bullshit they just said in the Baptist church with more of a fucking lunch pail swing to it, right? And the whole fucking thing. It's just gross. I don't know how anybody sits there and watch that shit, but the latest thing that I've become fascinated with is I completely leave whatever the fuck I was just talking about. I'll come back to it, the clean living thing. Who wants to listen about clean living? It's the most boring shit ever. Anyways, I've become fascinated with how super rich people avoid paying taxes. It's fucking fascinating. It's one of those things, you know, it's like you got to respect it on a certain level. It's the brilliance of it. And then there's a certain level of balls that takes because you're fucking with your freedom. Anytime you're fucking with taxes, you know what I mean? Fucking with the government. Anytime you're doing that, I mean, you know, what is that? I don't know what the fuck. Is that a federal thing? I guess if you're not paying your federal income tax, yeah, Bill, that would probably be a federal crime. I don't know. I always hear you got to cross state borders. Do you have to like not pay taxes and then leave your state before it becomes federal? I don't know. I don't know these things. But anyways, just the balls that it takes and the, I don't know. I don't like people physically hurting other people, that type of crime. But when there's something like robbing banks or tax evasion or even a good old-fashioned fucking scam, if there's like an amazing level of thought behind it, on some level you got to respect it, I think. You know what I mean? Like I remember a long time ago there was some fucking guy, he figured out how to rob parking meters. And they were allegedly, it was impossible to do. So this guy figured out how to fucking do it. It's amazing. And he did this shit. This is back in like the 80s or some shit. This guy figured out how to do it. So it was way, way, way easier to not have everybody breathing down your fucking throat. You know, people be having eggs watching you fucking robbing a parking meter. They didn't have a fucking smartphone on them. They just be sitting there going, look at this fucking guy just... Is that guy robbing a parking meter? Holy shit! The fucking guy just fucking parking. Did you see that? Anybody see that? That was it. That's all that fucking happened. Rather than some douche sitting there filming you and you're arrested before you even get home. Right? And then the fucking local newscasters, they always got to do some sort of fucking bad pun. You know what I mean? I'll tell you, this guy's life, his freedom is now going to change. You know, they do that. Somehow they get away with that in like fucking newspapers. Like they can have the biggest fucking puns ever and everybody thinks it's great. You know? I don't know. I can't even think of one right now, but whatever. You know, you sit at home and you think about it. You sit at your fucking cubicle instead of doing your goddamn work. You think of one. So anyways, this fucking guy figured out how to do this shit. And, of course, the parking meter guards were beside themselves. You know what I mean? It was like one of those sci-fi movies. Or like the Titanic movie. Like, not even God can sink it. That's what they were like. Not even God could get the fucking quarters out of this meter. This meter, right? They were talking all kinds of shit. So this fucking guy figured out how to do it. And you're thinking like, all right, whatever, man. What the fuck are you going to do with that? Well, dude, there's fucking meters all over the city. So this guy, anytime he wanted a drink, if he wanted a fucking sandwich, dude, he had it perfect. It was like his own ATM machine before ATM machines. He'd just walk up, bing, bang, boom. He had a sack of fucking quarters. You go down to the bank. You go, hey, can I get one of some of the roly fucking things there? Right? Yeah, sure. They don't give a shit. Nobody gave a fuck back then. Nobody was paying attention. They were trying to pay attention, but not to that type of shit. So this guy would roll the fucking quarters. You know, rolls enough quarters. Next thing you know, he gets himself out. How the fuck would you get all those quarters down to a car dealership? I have no fucking idea. Although I talked to some drug dealers about how they fucking, or a guy who knew drug dealers. Let's be honest here, Bill. Let's not act like that news guy saying that you were in the war and then you were in a chopper or some shit next to the chopper and you didn't really fucking see it. Okay, you took a fucking helicopter tour one time. You weren't even in Iraq. Whatever the fuck he said. I don't pay attention to shit. So anyways, I was talking to this guy and basically how back in the day when drug dealers were still driving around in flashy cars, because from what I heard nowadays, they don't even want to attract that level of attention. How it used to be was any cash deal that was over 10 grand had to be fucking reported. So what these drug dealers would do was they would go out and they buy a car worth $9 grand for cash, and then they drive it around for like a fucking week, and then they trade it in for a car worth 16 grand. Maybe get 7 for theirs, and then they throw another fucking 9 at the other car. Now they got a $16,000 car. You drive around for a little bit, you fucking trade it in on a $23,000 car. They give you fifth, whatever, and so on and so forth. Till you trade your way all the way up to whatever fucking car you wanted. I just look at that shit. It's like, I mean, that's not the deepest thing, but that's the way my brain would work. I'd be like, well, I guess I gotta drive a piece of shit then. What's the point of dealing drugs? Right? Or I'd just say, fuck it. I'm buying a Ferrari and I'm gonna drive it until they catch me fucking 3 weeks later. By the way, the Ferrari I like is the Ferrari California. That's the old man one. The fucking GT, the Grand Touring one, right? I don't need to ride around in some Batmobile. Just give me one that's shaped like a fucking Jaguar from back in the day, you know? Or maybe a Toyota Supra. Remember those fucking things from the 80s? I remember this guy loaned me his. Well, he used my truck to move, and I ran and I beat the shit out of his car, and he beat the fuck out of my truck, and we both got our cars back, and he's smelling rubber, and I'm seeing all kinds of scratches all over my truck, and we just, it's kind of a fair deal, right? And then we both got arrested for drinking and driving months later. But that's a completely different story. I know, I'm all over the map. I'm doing this late night, and I don't want to be doing it right now, but I got shit to do in the morning. So anyways, this fucking guy, you know, if he had half a fucking brain, what you do is you keep your day job, right? You keep your fucking day job, and then, you know, for anything miscellaneous, you just go to the parking meters, right? And what you do is you start storing up on the quarters. Then every once in a while, right, you start washing the money with your fucking cat. I know what you do. You fucking, you go into stores and stuff. Who gives a fuck, right? You just use it to get yourself a better TV. But what does this dope do? He gets fucking greedy. I don't even remember how the fucking story goes. All I know is he just started hitting every fucking goddamn parking meter around. And next thing you know, he's sitting on like a fucking $2 million in quarters, and he ended up getting busted. But there was a part of it, I liked the guy, you know? So anyways, this gets me to the super rich on how, you know, all of that shit about the Panama Papers and all that type of stuff. I was talking to another friend of mine who's a fucking lawyer. And I was like, how does that work? Like, how do you get your money out of the country? And then once it's out of the country, how do you make sure nobody steals it? Like what happened to Johnny Depp's character in Blow. And then once you have it out of the country, how do you get it back in without just getting taxed all over again or busted? And he said, basically, this is it. He broke the whole fucking thing down, all right? Or as far as I know, he broke an aspect of it down. I know all you guys are sitting there right now going, oh, Jesus, he's going to try to explain. I am. I'm going to try to explain some shit that was just explained to me, and I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about. So let's get rid of one myth right out of the gate. I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine had a fucking landscaping business, and he already had a truck, and he went out and he bought this giant fucking, you know, one of those things with the dual wheels on the back and this fucking giant bed. Look like you put cattle in it, right? And I was like, holy fuck, man, how much does that thing cost? And, you know, it was like the 80s. It cost like $25,000, which was a lot of fucking money back then, right? For a truck, you know? It's like $10,000 more than you pay. $25,000, $30,000 or some shit, right? I was like, holy shit, man, you can afford that? And he was like, yeah, it's a write-off. That's what a lot of dopes say. And it is a write-off. But what they think is that they can write $30,000 off of their taxes. What you can't. What you can do is you can write off. It's a write-off as far as that $30,000 that you just spent on that truck is untaxable. All right? It's sitting in whatever. You made that money. You made $30,000. If it's just sitting there and you don't put it back into play as far as reinvesting into your business, the government will tax you at the end of the year, you know, on that $30,000. And let's say you're in like a fucking, 20% tax bracket, that you'd have to give the government fucking $6,000. Right? That's it. So people, morons think, oh, I get to write 30, in the end of the year, if I owed $40,000 in taxes and I bought a $30,000 truck, I get to take $30,000 off of my taxes. You wouldn't. You'd just be able to knock off $6,000. Right? You're not even knocking it off. You're just not getting taxed on that. Does that make sense? Probably doesn't, because I explained it. So anyways, when you have your own business, what you're trying to do is you're trying to come up with as many fucking write-offs as you possibly can. Many expenses, everything you possibly can to lower your basic, your whatever your income as far as what is going to be taxable. So say you made fucking $100,000, all right? You grossed $100,000. The net is what you're left with after your expenses. You try to fucking come up with as many goddamn expenses as you can to get that $100,000 as far down as zero as possible. Ideally, you wouldn't want to pay any fucking taxes as far as these people look. But the bottom line is you can only do it so much. And if you write off too much, the IRS is going to show up and be like, what's this fucking, $60,000 for fucking cheeseburgers, blah, 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 you tried to write off, and you're going to get busted. All right? So what these fucking super rich people do is the first thing they do is they get the fucking money out of the country because the IRS's jurisdiction doesn't go beyond the borders. So what they do is they just create a company that doesn't exist. It's just on paper. Right? So say you make $100 million, right? What you do is you go to a country that doesn't give a shit about America and lets you use it as a tax shelter. You just come up with some incorporated thing. Like Who Gives a Fuck Inc., right? And then you just have that company bill your company a consulting fee for $100 million or whatever, of the $100 million, 30, 40, 50, whatever you don't want to pay taxes on, whatever. And then you write a check to that company that doesn't exist that's really you. And then you send it out. So now it's out of the fucking country. And then what they do is they open up like 10 other of these fucking shell companies, and they have those other companies build the first company, and then the third one builds the second one, the fourth one, and it's just gone. The money's fucking gone. Now the IRS can come at you and be like, what the fuck did you pay somebody $100 million consulting fee? And then you're telling me you paid somebody $100 million as a consulting fee, and then you just look at him and go, yes. And evidently there's nothing they can fucking do about it. So then I go, all right, so now it's out of the country, and then it's in this other country. How the fuck do you protect it? And he goes, well, those countries where these tax shelters are, they're in on the scam, so you just kick them 10%. Of the $100 million, you give him 10. Here's fucking whatever you can negotiate. We'll just make it easy. Here's $10 million bucks. So I'll give you 10 million rather than giving the government fucking 50, 55, 60 million of that 100 million. I'm still fucking up 45 million. All right. So then I was like, all right. So now, how do you get the money back? Because if you bring the money back, you stick it into the bank, they're going to consider that earned income. Like, where the fuck did you get it? And this guy was like, they bring it back into the country in the form of a loan. Loans aren't taxable, right? Like if you get a fucking loan because you're already paying interest on it and everything, they don't tax you. So they just bring it back in the form of a loan, whatever the fuck you want to do. I want to buy a $10 million house. You have this shell company that's 10 times removed from the one that you paid from the consulting fee, right? And they can't follow the paper trail because it's in a different country, right? You just bring it back into the country in the form of a loan. And then you go buy a fucking house. And I guess, I don't know, you pretend to make payments or the loan is forgiven by this shell company that's still you. I know I just glossed over that, and if anybody has more information on it, I find it absolutely fascinating. There's other ones, they just pretend that that's their main business, that shell company, so they just act like it's doing I don't know. That's as far as I can remember what he told me, and I found that shit absolutely fucking fascinating because at the end of the fucking day, as far as what they're doing, I know they're fucking over you and me because, the school systems go down the shitter because they don't have enough money. There's a lot of potholes. There's all kinds of stuff. You can't take care of homeless people. You can't build another gleaming structure for a fucking sports team, whatever the fuck it is. At the end of the day, as fucked up as that is, these people who are criminals, they're stealing from other criminals. As far as my conspiracy theory goes, the IRS is just a bunch of fucking crooks anyway. So, it's kind of fascinating watching these two giant, powerful entities fuck with each other. Meanwhile, I'm in the crosshairs, you're in the crosshairs, and we're all paying Elvis taxes. And there goes Hillary Clinton screaming in some Baptist church. Is she talking about that shit? Of course she isn't. Because when you bring the fucking money back in, you just don't bring it in and go out and buy yourself your fucking Ferrari California. What you do is, I mean, you do that, but what you also do is you walk around with nice wad of cash and you go, oh, hey, chief of police. Oh, look at that birdie over there. And as he looks over, you stuff a fucking wad of cash in his pocket, you know? And then, oh, is it an election year? Yeah, let me I'll take $2 million on Trump. Give me 2.5 on Hillary, and fuck it. Give me $500,000 on Bernie Sanders. What do you mean he's not taking any money from guys like me? Oh, is that right? Well, whatever. He won't get in. And if he does, I'll give $3 million to, silence him. That's what the fuck they do. And that's how they I'm convinced of that. I'm convinced as far as like stand-up comedy goes, you know why they're always giving us shit? Is because if stand-up comedians just organized, okay, and we donated to the campaigns of people running to the Democratic and the Republican parties, right? And then we bought a little ad time on CNN and on Fox News and all these major networks. If we did that, you'd never see another comedian getting in trouble for doing a fucking Caitlyn Jenner joke. Anyways, if anybody has any more information on that or they can talk about it, I don't like if it's really dry. I just like, I'm fascinated with people that do shit like that and then they go to bed knowing what the fuck they're doing. And they got to be thinking at some point, like, the wolf's got to be coming to the door at some point. Hang on one second. I got to answer this. All right, so I'm back. Of course, I completely forget what the fuck where I ended off. But what I really learned when I was, listening to this lawyer telling me all this shit. I know. I say the balls that takes to go to bed at night, knowing at any point, like, all of a sudden the fucking feds are going to kick in your fucking door. But I think that these guys are like the smarter ones. And when you watch like American Greed, what I noticed when I watched them, all of their fuckery was within the borders of the United States, which I guess if you're too dumb to know, you don't realize you're not going to get away with it forever. But like once after talking to this guy, it just seems like anybody who just tries to have their entire illegal entity within the borders of one country is you're just on borrowed time. So I think when you watch American Greed, what you're really seeing is the hacks of, you always see these fucking idiots. They buy a house, they get all these fucking cars, and they have some strippers come over. Oh, my fucking laptop. Oh, that was a laptop hitting hardwood floors. Come on, baby. Come on, come around. You're all right. Hang in there. Help is on the way. Fuck. Oh, you fucking motherfucker. Steve Jobs is laughing somewhere right now. He's laughing at me because I got to give him money, and he also knows there's going to be another little kid's got to put it together. All right, it's saved. It's saved. So anyways, let's read a little bit of fucking ad shit here before my screen goes dark. Hang on a second. I find that shit, I find all that stuff fucking amazing. It's really, really interesting. If you just remove yourself from it, the humanity of it or whatever, and all the people that it's affecting and kids not getting better school books and shit, if you just look at the fucking game that's going on, it's really fucking interesting. All right. Oh, shit. We got somebody new here. This is Joe Rogan's company, the great Joe Rogan, from the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. You might recognize him from, the first 200 UFC pay-per-views. One of the best stand-up comics I've ever seen. All right, here's his company, Onnit. Onnit is a health and wellness company focused on inspiring peak performance through unique products and actionable information. I can already tell you this is written too smartly, so I'm going to fuck this up. With strategy from leading professional athletes and medical practitioners, Onnit has focused on creating earth-grown, nutrient-based supplements and foods, as well as unconventional fitness equipment, all based on the latest science research. Unconventional fitness. You got like the leg curl thing going the other way. You break your fucking knees there. Onnit believes that supplementing your diet and with earth-grown ingredients, challenging your body with innovative fitness methods and supporting cognitive functions of the brain are all pieces to the complete approach to wellness they call total human optimization. Please don't write that word again. I'll fuck it up. Find out more at onnit.com/Bill, ONNIT.com/Bill. Alpha Brain Instant is a delicious all-natural stimulant-free drink mix that helps support memory, focus, and processing speed. Joe, you got anything here to help somebody read out loud better? Go to onnit.com/Bill to get a free trial of Alpha Brain Instant. I know somebody using this shit is actually saying it's the shit. Alpha Brain Instant is a delicious, I already said this, right? All-natural stimulant-free drinks that help support memory, focus, and processing speed. I already said this. I need this shit. I need cases of this stuff. 2 double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled studies conducted by the Boston Center for Memory showed that subjects taking Alpha Brain demonstrated a significant improvement in areas of executive function, verbal memory, and processing speed. What are you waiting for? You got nothing to lose and a serious edge to gain. Ignite your brain with Alpha Instant. Try it for free at onnit.com/Bill now. That's ONNIT.com/Bill. Try it free today. Jesus Christ, I had a fucking brain cramp just trying to read that. You know? I like shakes. I like a delicious shake that comes from the earth, you know? It helps me remember where I put the fucking stirrer for it. All right, Blue Apron, everybody. You need to know how to cook. Unless you're filthy rich, unless you got a fucking shell company, right? Not only do you need to feel like you know your way around a kitchen, but cooking at home means eating healthier and saving money instead of ordering expensive takeout again and becoming a fat fuck. Who's kidding who? But where do you start? Blue Apron has you covered. Yeah, you don't want to start with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You want to hit the ground running. For less than $10 per meal, Blue Apron delivers all the fresh ingredients you need to create home-cooked meals. Just follow the easy step-by-step instructions. Each meal can be prepared in 40 minutes or less. No overwhelming trips to the grocery store. Where is everything? No more sad takeout. No matter your dietary preferences, Blue Apron makes it a breeze to discover and prepare dishes like steak and eggs with kimchi fried rice. I would fucking eat that right now. Chicken Kehu soy soup. Locked in crispy wonton noodles. I'd wait for on that one. Spiced catfish with paella-style rice and creamy saffron aioli. I would eat that. Cauliflower. That looks like manure. Meuniere. Meuniere. And it's underlined in red, so it wasn't spelled correctly. Or it's such a brand new fucking word, I wouldn't eat it. Delicious and good for you right now. It's made out of a rock they got from fucking Mars. Right now, you can get your first 2 meals for free at blueapron.com/Burr. That's blueapron.com/Burr. Hey, blueapron.com. A better way to cook. All right, how many more of these fucking things do I have? All right, we're going 2 and 2 then, all right? You already listened to fucking 2 of these. Let's get back to the podcast, shall we? All right. Oh, Jesus. I got to bring it up. My Boston Bruins, unfortunately, after a big win over the Detroit Red Wings, got beat down by Ottawa 6-1, and we're out of it. You know what's funny? We beat Detroit the game before, and then because we lost, Detroit got in. And do you know there was actually a certain amount of fucking Red Wing fans that were actually talking shit? The smart ones were going, hey, thanks for losing. And then the other ones were like, fucking 26 years in a row. We've been in the playoffs. Yeah, it's impressive. But this year you backed in like a bitch. You went in ass first. I don't know what you because a team that you couldn't even beat when it count 2 days before, you know, who fucking manhandled you. I don't know what you're excited about, you know? You like the fat chick who got, fucking asked to the prom. You know, you're all you just wanted to be there. Who's kidding who? You're there for the fucking buffet, and then you're going home crying. That's what I'm predicting for Detroit. Your makeup's going to be running by game 3 of the first series. I'm fucking with you. I have no hate for anybody that's in the playoffs this year. I think I'm going to, and I've always liked Detroit. Because when I was growing up, they never won shit. The big thing is they hadn't won it since 1955 with Gordie Howe, and they were in the middle of a 40-year drought before they got a team around Yzerman. And, man, those were great times watching hockey. That fucking Avalanche, Red Wings fucking rivalry. That was the best. It was the first time when I lived in L.A. and the games came on at 5, and I totally got back into hockey. You know, it was Original Six. Oh, it was the best. I'm sorry. Fucking yawning here. So this year, I think in the East, I'm gonna root for 2 fucking teams this year in the East and the West. I'm rooting for the Capitals to push through to get to the finals. And as much as I like the Kings and the Blackhawks, just to switch it up, I'd love to see the Dallas Stars or the St. Louis Blues. You know, somebody different, you know. St. Louis Blues, who's kidding? Their fans have been waiting for fucking ever. They have been in the league. They're part of the Expansion 6 that came in 1967. All right? The NHL was a 6-team league. Before that, right after the Depression, there was a lot of people. I didn't realize this either. There was a bunch of other teams, not a bunch, but there was like at least 4 other fucking teams or something that all folded after the Depression, and the 6 that survived then became known as the Original 6. So in 1967, 6 teams came in. Can you name them, Bill? Off the top of my head, let's see. There was the Flyers, the Penguins, the North Stars. Oh, Jesus. The California Golden Seals. Oh, man, I used to know this off the top of my head. Wait. Capitals didn't come in until the early 70s. Fuck me. St. Louis Blues. Jesus Christ, I just brought them up. One more. Was it a Seattle team? Cleveland Barons. That's what the fucking Golden Seals became, didn't they? Oh, the fucking L.A. Kings. Yeah, and the L.A. Kings. Way the fuck out there. And that was funny when, for the Golden Seals, like, folded or went to Cleveland. They went to Cleveland just like the dreams of all the sports fans there. They just fucking died a slow, miserable death. And, like, that franchise just died out. Nobody bought it and went nowhere. It just went to Cleveland and fucking died. So for the longest time, the only game in town out fucking west was the Kings. Every fucking road trip they had was like at least a 3-4 hour fucking flight. Denver didn't have a team. Vancouver didn't have a team. Edmonton, Calgary, they had nothing. They were just out there by themselves. You know? Basically fucking whatever actresses couldn't bang a Los Angeles Dodger or an LA Ram. That's basic. They got sloppy thirds. That's what was going on. So anyways, yeah, we lost. So congratulations to the Flyers and the fucking Red Wings. There was 2 spots left and 3 teams vying for it. And we didn't get in. And like clockwork, the day after we don't get in, what Boston sports writer who doesn't watch hockey do you think piled on immediately? And as always, calls for the wrong head to be chopped off. Good old Dan Shaughnessy, the noodle-headed cunt himself, who doesn't watch hockey, doesn't like hockey, chimes in. Something's got to be done. It's time. Based on what, Dan? All the hockey you never fucking watch? Claude Julien, this was actually one of his finest coaching performances of the year, of his career. They traded the entire fucking team away. Basically, it was what they got rid of over the last few years. Tyler Seguin, Johnny Boychuk, Dougie fucking Fresh there, fucking Milan Lucic. It was just, I was like, we got nothing. We got nothing left. I now look at Marchand. We got Berge. We still had Chara. Chara's older now. But basically, who's kidding who? Anybody who fucking watches hockey looked at the Bruins and was like, you know what? This is a rebuilding year. And all the way up to like mid-March, Claude Julien had this rebuilding year team, was a 3rd seed. Everybody was bunched together. We hit a bad patch, went out west. Tough fucking run. We lost some games. The next thing you know, we were fighting for the playoff lives, as they say, and we didn't win. I mean, I don't know. I would get, if anybody's head's going to get chopped off, you chop the head off whoever made all those fucking trades. But, the bottom line is the guy who made the first half of those already got his head chopped off. And then was it Mike O'Connell? You got to give this guy a chance. Right? You can't just go one and done. How fucked up would that be? They just gave Claude Julien a fucking watch for having the most wins ever of any Bruins coach. He got us our first fucking Stanley Cup in almost 40 years. And then what? A couple years later, he doesn't know how to coach hockey anymore? Why is it time, Dan Shaughnessy? Why is it time? Because it's too early in the baseball season, you got nothing to write about? This guy's forever calling for somebody's head. You know what, Dan? You know what I think it's time for you to do? It's time for you to stop writing about hockey or maybe watching fucking 5 games in a goddamn season. Unfucking believe that guy. I swear to God, at the end of the day, I think he's from New York City. The way he just tries to pull apart fucking teams, it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? He's like some mob guy's Gumar that they end up having to whack because she can't keep her fucking mouth shut. Oh, Jesus, Bill, go easy on the guy. He's just trying to sell some fucking papers. I don't really hate Dan Shaughnessy. I don't know the guy, but I can tell you right now, he's one of the few people that looks less athletic than me. Anywho, as I was talking about earlier, I've been doing the whole fucking clean living thing since I got back from yet another lost bachelor party weekend / stand-up dates run with my buddies there, Furzy and Bartnick, and so this whole week, no booze, no porn. No cigars, nothing. I got the cigar thing. I got that thing on fucking lockdown. I don't have them in my house. I don't think about doing it as much. And I only had one cigar in March, and I'm going to try to just have one this month. Although, look, I'm thinking about only having one, and then I'm also thinking about having a fucking cigar night over here. I might do that because I have about 10 cigar friends. And unless you smoke cigars, you don't know what that means. But it's just people that call, hey, I'm going to smoke. You want to come by, right? So all of a sudden, I have 10 opportunities a month. People call me, come on, man, come by and smoke. Come by and smoke. And next thing you know, you're smoking like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. So I'm going to invite all of them over to my house the same fucking night. And I'll smoke one cigar with all 10 of them rather than smoking one each with 10 individuals. How does that math work, right? And then I'll create a shell company. So I bought this Time magazine on watching internet porn and how it's fucking up kids. Like the amount of shit that they see before they even get their first fucking hand job, it turns them into like these fucking sociopaths. And I got to admit, reading some of the articles, like I could relate to a lot of the shit that was going on. So I'm really just gonna try to stop that cold turkey. I got to stop looking at that shit. Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. See this clean? This is what clean living does for you. 10:30 at night, I'm fucking yawning. I'm ready to go to bed right now, get my fucking jams. And here I am supposed to be there for you. You guys are sitting there at work, the last fucking thing you need. You probably already had a donut. You're going to sugar crash here in a minute. And here I am yawning on you. So, what else can I talk about here? Oh, yeah, clean living. If you're trying to have some clean living, do not watch the Lemmy documentary, which I just watched for the second time. Makes you want to have a couple of drinks because you're like, look how long that guy fucking lived. All the shit that he did, Fucking yawning again. All right. 39 minutes in. I can do the last 21 minutes here without yawning. Here we go. All right. By the way, for people out there, I mentioned some of the helicopter shit I did. Did I tell you I finally did that solo flight that I wanted to do from Long Beach? And I went through the Bravo airspace with the planes taking off over you, at LAX. Came right around, looked at the house, flew over the fucking house that they the horse's head from Godfather, right down Sunset, over to El Monte, and then back to... I did tell you that, because that's when I saw the old guy fall off the fucking scooter. I'm sorry. Didn't think that I told you that one. I was just thinking about that shit the other day. And of course, my fucking headphones go out. What the fucking... I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew that was going to happen. So, anyways, I was at the Comedy Store on Saturday night, and I was trying out this new chunk that I've been fucking with for the last couple of months, and I finally got it down. I said it as perfect as I could say it. Of course, I didn't tape. Of course, I didn't tape. Why would I tape? That would have been the smart thing to do. But whatever. I said it, so I'll get it back. And I felt fucking great about it. And then today I got text messages from 2 different comedians telling me that they loved the new shit that I was doing. It just made my fucking day. So I'm really excited about getting that shit together, because I want to do another special this year. And I got some stuff in my act that's funny, but I just feel like the topics have been done before. So I'm going to try to push that shit to the wayside. Maybe that'll just be on the some of those topics will just be on when I release the vinyl of the Madison Square Garden show. I'll just keep them on that one. There'll be some extra jokes, so it won't be the same material. I don't know. I'm just excited about the next few months, how that shit's going to turn out. But before I get into the questions this week, everybody, I have to give a shout out to Rogue Fitness, who evidently was listening to the podcast. I was breaking their balls. I'm making a gym. I'm paying somebody to build a gym for me out in my garage, a little gym there in the back. And I got all my shit through Rogue Fitness. They just had the best shit out there. And I was just joking with them that, how dare you not send me free shit? I didn't even ask them for it. I just immediately came on the podcast, breaking their fucking balls. And they listened to the one where there was me and Nia. Nia told me to get the regular looking weights, just the ones that look like iron or whatever. And I wanted the colorful ones, and she thought that they were corny. So all of a sudden, I just got this shipment of these colorful weights, and I was laughing, going, oh, man, I must have fucked it up. I got the colorful ones. So I wrote them trying to ask how to send it back, and they said, no, we listened to the podcast, and they sent me some free weight, and they sent me a T-shirt. So, Rogue Fitness, I was fucking around. You didn't have to do that. You guys are solid, man, and I can't wait to, use your equipment, because it's great. Made in the USA, all good stuff. Oh, look who's here. The busybody, the lovely Nia. Did you get some Thai food?
Yes.
Did you? Grab a mic. Or do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? I got another 17 minutes here. 17 minutes. The mics are in the closet. Oh, why don't you sit down and help me through with the questions? Why don't I hook it up? Because I'm actively doing the podcast right now. Actively. Huh? Oh, Jesus. If you're going to be in a mood like that. Oh, Jesus. What's that? You just walked out on me. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm going to start reading the first one then. Okay. You don't care? I do care. All right. Oh, by the way, something? I was taking my dog out for a walk today. We were walking up into the park there, and this is before she puked, and I decided to turn around and come home. Just out of nowhere, she started yakking. Made me feel bad. I was like, Jesus, I hope it wasn't something I did. It wasn't hot out or anything.
Theo has a very sensitive stomach.
Well, another fucking group of people come up. The second they get into the park, they just fucking don't say what park. They go into the fucking park and they fucking take the leashes off. And the fucking dogs come right up to my dog. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. She's friendly. It's like, my dog isn't. My dog ignores other dogs. It chills. Learn. And then, when you are bugging my dog, it doesn't go, it never has the, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you knock it off? It immediately just grabs you. Remember Friday the 13th when Jason was under the cot and grabbed that dude's head and reached up? I guess it was the chick in the first one.
I met a dog tonight who just didn't like anybody. But I realized quickly what it was. His owner was holding him. And anytime anyone came towards the owner, like, oh, hey, oh, what a cute dog, the dog would start growling. And it's so funny because he said to one of the people, oh, pet him. And I'm like, no, your dog doesn't want to be pet. It growls at everybody.
Right.
And I think the dog was protecting the owner. So anytime, like I said, anyone came towards him, he started growling. But he was so clueless that he was like, oh, he's fine. Just pet him. And I'm like, no, you can't pet the dog if it's growling at people.
I can't judge him. Our dog's a psycho.
The dog went to bite me. Like, it actually kind of like put its
It
teeth
went to
around
bite
my
you?
finger.
Like it walked across the fucking room?
No, I went over and
go over there and bite that.
It put my finger in between its teeth and didn't chomp down.
Little
but
dog?
It was a biting
Little dogs are the worst.
behavior. So basically,
if little dogs were people, they'd be riding around in convertibles, like a Corvette or some shit. All right, let's
I have
read
to
this
leave
thing.
in 11 minutes.
All right, so you want to do one question here?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Job. Hey, Billy Burr. I'm working part-time job, and I have a problem. Let me see if there's a relationship one here.
Why can't...
Old boyfriend.
I'm sorry. Can I not be involved in the job one?
Well, I just feel like I always give the guy advice.
Well, maybe it's time to shake it up a little bit.
That's what I was trying to do. Have you give some lady advice on some relationship. Huh? Oh, God. Are you going to go on a feminist rant here? Women can answer other fucking questions too,
Yeah.
All right.
Ask another question that doesn't have to do with relationships.
Hey, I'm trying to give you a nice softball here. I'm trying to lob it over the fucking plate.
You don't need to fucking softball anything to me, first
Jesus.
of all.
Rolling your head. Here we go. You went all reality show on me there. All right. I'm working a part-time job, and I have a problem related to it. All right. The job is I work at a fucking ice cream parlor. It's at an ice cream place in my town. And the second time I worked there a while back, I had a god-awful shift. I didn't have all the kinks of the job worked yet, and I was working with someone I didn't know, which made me more nervous. The night quickly became this word, Kafkaesque parade.
Kafkaesque.
Who's that?
Oh! No, he's a writer. Is he a philosopher? Did he have a particular political view?
I think he died in a boating accident, whatever it was.
Was he a communist? Kafkaesque. Joseph Kafka.
I think he's one of those
like
dance
a philosopher.
instructors for J-Lo.
No.
Before she goes on tour?
I'm not going to lie and say I know exactly who. Can we Google it, though? I really feel like it's Joseph Kafka.
Can we just read the fucking question?
Okay.
All right. The night quickly became a Kafkaesque parade of horrific errors. I screwed up orders, stocked things wrong, etc. And by the end of the night, my coworker was audibly and visibly disgusted with me, and she should have been.
Franz Kafka.
Okay.
Sorry. German language writer of novels and short stories. Who is, oh my God, he died the day after my birthday.
And therein lies the tragedy. All right, here we go.
Fuck you.
All right, put down your phone. Let me finish.
I'm trying to learn what. I was going to say surreal. I was right. Yes.
This is not entertaining.
Sorry.
This isn't entertaining for people.
Kafkaesque elements often appear in existential works, but the term has transcended the literary realm to apply to real-life occurrences in situations that are incomprehensibly complex, bizarre, or illogical.
There we go.
Franz Kafka.
All right. Okay. All right. So the lady was upset with him, and he's saying, audibly and visibly disgusted with me, and she should have been. Okay, she's in college, and I'm in high school. So luckily, I never had to work with her again after the summer was over, and she went back to her classes. But even as recently as spring break, I've heard she's still talking shit about me. You heard this? All the way back. She's at some college.
Yeah, how did you hear that?
Yeah, they're all on the Facebook.
Oh, Grampy.
I love saying the
Facebook.
You guys taking the Molly?
No, you wouldn't know Molly if you were the Grampy. You'd be like
the Molly,
the ecstasy.
Whatever. It's just an old guy thing.
X.
Yeah, that was my dad when he used to get mad at my sister. Christ, is she on that internet?
Is she on that internet?
It's almost summer again, and I'm almost definitely going to have to face her if I work regularly. If I do, I know for a fact I'll fuck things up immediately purely from anxiety. Dude, you should be like the fucking older, wiser guy crushing it, and then you fucking bang her.
Confidence, my friend. Wait, what? What do you mean banger?
It's all there.
Why do you, what is that?
It's all there. You
Why are
can make her a
throwing that
mulch.
into
You
it?
get 2 straws.
You know what?
Because she's the older woman.
Right, and she has to be tamed by getting that dick. Is that what it is?
No, I didn't say that. You
You
sexist.
basically did.
No,
You were
I'm
like,
saying
go in there
after.
with the confidence and then you bang her.
Yeah.
Because your life is like a fucking movie from the 1920s, Bill, where the guy is slapping the woman around. He's like, get it together, see? And she's hysterical.
No. He completely
Postmates
fucked
here.
up.
Postmates here.
This is like one of those coming-of-age movies where in the beginning, the nerd's like, yo, walk away from me. The nerd is looking at the cheerleader, and she's dating the impossible dick with the blonde, wavy hair, right? And somebody does a fucking triple Lindy. Jesus Christ, that went sideways, huh? The fuck just happened there? Listen, because I'm not going to be able to get a word in defense of what I was saying, right? He makes an ass out of himself in front of this, this older fucking broad, right? See, this isn't sexist. Now you come back, you're a little older, a little wiser, right? You're a year older, you're still growing, you filled out a little bit, right? All of a sudden you're crushing it. You're making a fucking couple banana splits and a smoothie all at the same time. And she's just like, wow, this isn't the man that I left the year before. All of a sudden, you guys are working closely. Ice cream's always romantic.
What kind of fucked up advice are you giving?
I'm not giving anything advice. I'm telling this kid to fucking shake it off. He goes, if I don't work often, I could lose my job as we've got more employees than we need. And I really have a great setup. Now that I've learned it, the work is easy. I basically pick my own hours, and my boss is by far the sweetest racist homophobe I've ever met in my life. Any ideas besides the obvious? Murder, he said. Your stand-up is killer. I hope I can see you perform sometime. Yeah, dude, you gotta grow a dick here, man. You're the fucking man. You've been there for a year. You know what's going on. Just be like, I don't know. What do you, do you have a crush on this woman? If she's not going to fuck you, then what do you care what she thinks? Is that bad, Nia?
Yes. What does fucking have to do with it? Just have confidence in yourself and do the job. Also, this is a high school person that's writing in?
This is somebody who's making ice cream cones, and he's scared out of his mind about some woman he's not even fucking. He doesn't want to ask her out. What is the problem? She's going to yell at you about the way you put the fucking cherries on something?
Yeah, because it's a job and he's worried about how he's going to be perceived. You remember what it was like to be at that age where, every little thing, means disaster and the bigger picture.
Oh, so is he?
This is just a job.
Is he catastrophizing?
A little bit, yeah. I think you're worried a little too much about nothing. Just do your job, do your thing. Don't even worry about it. And there's plenty of other jobs out there, by the way.
He should just be totally cocky when she comes in. What up, bitch?
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go over real well.
Go bear float. That's how I do. Kiss with the little peace sign.
No. No, honey.
The ice cream hat to the side. All right. Weed, pussy, or nothing. Jesus Christ. Pushing all the chips in. This is the World Series of Poker. All right. Hey there, Billy Boy. I'm a new listener to your podcast, but a longtime fan of your stand-up. I was wondering if you could help me out with a dilemma I'm facing. So my weed dealer put the moves on me my last time I was at her place. Nothing came of it, but I could tell she was trying to get me to fuck her. Until now, I thought it was weird that she began to sell me pot for practically nothing. Wow. She's cool, and I've hung out with her at her place many times to just smoke weed. Just as well, I'm single, so I have no problem getting some strange pussy that falls into my lap. The problem is that she's a very heavy broad and completely unattractive. Oh, Jesus. But she sells the best weed in the area. Dude, this has all the makings of the great first 10 pages of a script. We've established who the characters are.
Oh,
and now we've got the problem.
Will go super far with this premise.
Oh God! You know what? You know what I love? You know what I love?
I wanted to do that. I'm
you know
sorry.
That guys.
I couldn't help it.
You know that guys just want to fuck you. Women know that. You use it to your advantage to get shit, and then when we admit that that's what we want to do, you're like, "Duh, is that what you want
Oh my God, I really wish someone would tell the story about a guy who's getting thrown pussy left and right and doesn't know what to do with it. And it's like a coming of age, and I'm sure he's also fighting with his friends a little bit about like, what dorm we're going to stay in college.
Yeah, this is hilarious. He's got this heavy broad that he's not attracted to, who's this fucking weed dealer.
Yeah.
She's got the best weed.
Yeah.
He knows she wants to fuck him.
What was the rest of the story? Does he want?
Yeah, this is a fucking. Come on, Seth Rogen would crush this. Oh, you are in it. You know what? You're hungry. You're like him in that Snickers commercial. I don't even know who
I'm
you
sure
are right now.
Seth Rogen would write a phenomenal transcendent script that Jonah Hill would act out, and it would just be like, wow, is this what it's like?
What is wrong with you? I like all of those people, and I like those movies. You don't like Hot Tub Time Machine?
What is it like to be chubby and awkward and not know what to do with your life?
Oh, why are you being a jerk?
I don't know.
You're being a jerk.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're hungry.
I'm being a little bit of a jerk.
Apologize to Seth Rogen.
I'm also
Jonah Hill.
I'm a little whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You're a little out of sorts here.
Okay.
All right, you're burning bridges in this town, sweetie. Let me tell you something. Those bridges
What's
don't come
the rest
back.
of the story? So
but she sells the best weed in the area. I don't want to not fuck her and then have her cut me off. But at the same time, I feel that if I do fuck her, then I'm no better than an addicted crack whore doing a line off some fat guy's dick.
Maybe.
So guess what? When it comes down to it, do I fuck my ugly drug dealer for good cheap weed?
Oh my God!
Or do I just find a new dealer with super herb and pay more money? Thanks. Hope all is well with you, ginger fuck. Because you ginger fuck.
Have you ever heard the expression "don't shit where you eat"?
Yeah.
Don't fuck your weed dealer.
Yeah. Don't fuck her.
This is a business relationship. Keep it business.
Should he lie and start talking about how he has a girlfriend?
No, just buy weed from her and just let it be business.
Yeah, stop smoking with her.
And also, I mean, maybe she's desperate for your cock, but maybe you're reading into it. She might be trying to fuck you and the next dude.
So she's giving.
A drug dealer.
So
she's a drug dealer. She's hustling. She's hustling for customers. She's hustling for dick. Don't get excited. You're not the only one, bruh.
So you think? Yeah, but she's giving it away for next to nothing. If she does that, she's not going to make any money.
True. She's making it in other ways. I don't know. I feel like just don't fuck your weed dealer. That just sounds like a disaster written all over it. Or get yourself a really good connect now. Have that in your back pocket. So if you do decide to, the only reason why you would fuck your weed dealer is if you actually want to fuck her, not because you're so desperate for the best weed ever. Have you really had the best weed in your entire city? Probably not. So calm down. Don't bang.
He's got a dealer.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you're kind of into the habit. You're not just going, hey, can I get a hit off that? When you fucking go in there week after week to the point that your
weed dealers are a dime a dozen, though. It's not like it's a specialty.
But I'm just saying, this fucking chick he's buying so much weed off him, she's developing feelings for him.
She's not. He might be cute.
Jesus.
And she might have a little crush, but it's not that my point is it's not that serious. Don't fuck your weed dealer unless you want to have a problem with your weed dealer, and you don't want to have a problem with a drug dealer. Trust me.
Weed dealer wants to fuck one of her customers.
Of course, I completely believe it. I'm just saying, just don't go there. It's not worth it. That's my bottom line.
She's usually not this grumpy, you guys.
I'm not grumpy.
Old boyfriend texts wife. Old Billy Cheeseballs.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I just fucking make up names for me.
Oh, okay.
All right. Very happily married for 25 years to the hottest wife and mother of our 3 sons. She's in spectacular shape and beautiful. While on vacation in Palm Springs.
Most important thing, right? Just keep yourself in shape.
Yeah, we're visual animals. We're visual animals.
I know.
There's a reason why all those gay guys are walking around with 6-packs, because they know what they're trying to attract. Yeah.
Don't bring the gays into this.
Do you think all those gay guys want to go to the gym that much? They have to. If they don't, that's the end of the dick train, and they know it. They know it. Oh, they know it. All right. So anyways, while on vacation in Palm Springs, I caught a glimpse of her phone screen and saw a text from PB. PB was asking, how's the weather? So I asked her who PB is. After a little persuasion, she replied, it's Dave. Dave is a boyfriend from her high school years, and he is a former fiance. This is awful. She promised it was nothing. I asked if they had seen each other.
Why does she have him underneath a different name, though?
Yeah.
That's pretty suspect. When you have the person's name saved under an alias.
PB.
What does PB mean? Wait, is there
penis? Brilliant penis. She's dyslexic. Penis babe.
Penis babe.
Pussy banger.
Maybe. I'm sure it's something between the two.
It was a
them.
capital P and then a lowercase b. I don't know why you did it. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions what PB would stand for.
God.
Come on, it's fun.
What's gonna come
It's what
Twitter
social
now.
media is all about.
Jesus.
He goes, she promised it was nothing. I asked if they had seen each other or slept together. She said no. I believe her.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. It's a former fiance. Does he mean now? I guess now. Or maybe I just want to believe her. She's otherwise a very honest person. Well, I sent Dave a text, and here's what I said. Oh, beautiful. I'm only going to say this once. You're nothing but a sleazy cocksucker. You've crossed the line of decency. Go fuck yourself. Or better yet, go choke to death on some poor somebody's dick.
Wait, what?
It's a homophobic. He was upset. You know?
Okay.
Never communicate with my wife, capital letters, ever. Mm-hmm. If you pursue her in any way, I'll cut your dick off with a rusty saw blade and shove it down your throat. I hope you're getting the message here.
Graphic.
His reply, understood. This is the last text, name and number deleted. My question to you is, was I harsh enough with Dave? And I'm not sure what to do about my wife. She deleted him from her contacts, and she said she has no need to ever communicate with him again. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think you need to let it be then. I mean, I have to say, that was masterful, that text that he sent to PB, a.k.a. Dave. I think he got the message with that one.
Now, what do you think? So do you think she banged him?
No, she was probably sending flirting, borderline inappropriate text messages. I bet you're still as beautiful as the day I took you to prom. Oh, hee, like that type of shit. Why are you?
I probably went a little further than that. I don't fucking know. He said
because if it were you, Bill Burr, you probably would have said some, like, that's why you're making that face right now. Because you know how you are. You probably would have said some inappropriate shit over text.
I mean, that's what texting is.
Is that what texting is?
It is. It's what is how do I get to this?
Explain texting to us, Bill Burr. Please explain how texting works.
All right, advice for a fellow ginger.
Oh, moving right
along.
Mm-hmm.
A fellow ginger from Finland here. I have a decision to make and would appreciate some advice from a wise and experienced man like you. Ever since I was a kid, every fucking thing. Ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to be an airline pilot. I'm 19 years old and I'm graduating from high school in December. Yes, here we finish high school later.
I was just going to say, is that when they graduate from high school in Finland?
Yeah, later than you guys in America. All right, I have till the end of the year to decide what I want to study. I've always had a plan after high school. I would want to go to a flight academy and become a pilot, but now I've started to question if that's what I really want to do for a living. I mean, an airline pilot is an incredible job. I absolutely love flying, and we get to travel a bunch and see all kinds of amazing places, etc. Plus, I would get to the sun every day without burning my Nordic ultra pasty skin. The captain makes six figures, which is plenty enough for me since I'm not into money. My only problem with being a pilot is that I would never be completely free. meaning that for the rest of my life, working for some other douchebag would decide for me when I can come to work and where I can fly. The idea of being tied up to a company and having some cunt making all the decisions for me scares the shit out of me. When I'm older, I want to be able to do things on an impulse without asking permission from some capital letters other man. Also, pilots, you're just over there taking pictures of shit, Nia.
I'm listening.
Also, pilots spend a lot of time away from home, and someday when I start a family and have kids, I want to spend as much time as possible with them, so that could be a problem as well. Flying planes for a living would be a dream job, but it would get in the way of my other dream of being completely my own man and free. What do you think? Should I go study something else? No. What you should do is still be into the aviation thing. You just figure out a way to do what you want to do within aviation. Okay? I will equate it to the job that I have. I am a stand-up comedian, which opens up all these doors into the entertainment world, which a lot of them you think you want to run through until you get to the other side, and then you realize what you're talking about is like, holy fuck, I thought I had the world by the balls if I got this. I thought I would be the pimp, and then you realize that you're actually the whore. So you have to what I would do if I was you is I would still go to flight school. I would learn how to fly. And then what I would do is rather than flying for some commercial airline, there's got to be some other cool shit that you can do, like flying for sightseeing tours. You're not into money, right? Maybe you do that. Maybe you end up having that business and other people fly for you and you get to fly around. What other jobs are there? There's fighting forest fires. You know, you do that in like helicopters and planes and that type of shit.
Sure.
Yeah. Listen. Just by being a pilot already, you got some sort of renegade spirit in you. So I'm sure there's plenty of fucking jobs that you can get in aviation. I think in pretty much any job, there's a way to be in the matrix, and then there's a way to be outside. Like, you know, he's a renegade, that one. You know, don't get tied down with that guy. You can definitely do it. Right? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, so he should still be a pilot. Dude, you love to fly. It's what you want to do. But, you know, there's all kinds of shit. You could fly for a fucking airline, make your money, and then leave and then go do something else, like start your own business. I don't know. You're laughing at me right now.
No.
He's 19.
Yeah.
He's got the whole world. He's got the world by the fucking short hairs.
It all sounds good.
I was listening to a podcast from a while back. Then you were shitting on the NFL having games in London. He said those games are huge things for us European football fans. And believe it or not, there are tons of football fans here in Europe. The games always sell out. NFL football sells out there. Who knows? All right, here's the last one. I'm stuttering here. Okay, guess what? I just time traveled in the podcast. Let me give you a second to just wrap your head around this, because I know it's always weird when this happens. I actually finished out the podcast with the lovely Nia, but my fucking batteries wore out and I didn't even notice. We had a nice debate. She fucking trashed me. What are you going to do? So let me, I don't even know where to pick up here. I got 2 more reads to do, and I think I have another question. I'm not sure. So let me, all right, Dollar Shave Club, everybody. I know this is fucking weird. Sorry to just slam your fucking brain against the inside of your skull there. All right, Dollar Shave Club. It's Monday morning now, by the way. That's why I sound a little more fresh. No yawning for old freckles. All right, Dollar Shave Club, dude. DollarShaveClub.com has a special offer for new members who join today. You'll get a free month of the Executive Razor when you buy a tube of Dr. Carver's. I'm going to say Cavi for the Dr. Cavi's Easy Shave Butter. Whenever I hear that Executive Razor, I just picture, like, you know, you have the dress shirt on with boxers and then your dress socks with sock garters, just shaving with it. I'm going to fire someone tonight. All right, this is the first time they've ever done something like this. And once you try DollarShaveClub.com, you'll become a proud member like millions of others. One reason is because they deliver amazing razors right to your door for a third of the price of what greedy razor corporations charge. That means when you join DSC, Dollar Shave Club, you can afford to shave with a fresh blade anytime you want, which feels fantastic. You'll get a first-class shave when you use the executive blade without hurting your wallet. Martin Sheen, You're looking at a man who didn't judge another man by the size of his wallet. Remember that? That fucking Michael Douglas, Greed is Good movie, Wall Street. All right, another reason is Dr. Carvey's Easy Shave Butter. Using it with the executive makes the blade glide gently for the smoothest shave ever. Dr. Carver's Shave Butter isn't your average shave cream. It's a unique conditioning formula with high-quality natural ingredients, leaving your skin unbelievably soft and smooth. Jesus Christ, we got it. How many times are you going to see how smooth it is? Like a baby's ass. Call to action. And right now, new members who buy a tube of shave butter get the executive razor for free. They've never done this before. Take advantage of it. And it's only available by going to dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. That's dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. Hey! dollarshaveclub.com/Burr. MVMT watches. All right, it's been a few weeks since I cracked open these sharp-looking movement watch. No, it's been a couple of months. Stop putting words in my mouth. All right, as promised, the quality of these watches are there for an awesome price. In the style department, the compliments I get on this thing are really unbelievable, considering I don't wear it. Now I'm wearing it. Describe your watch. Well, I'm wearing the fucking watch I always had, because I'm a grown-up and I can afford a watch. Because I spent 24 fucking years in strip malls, I can actually afford one. But back in the day, I'm going to redo this copy. All right? When I couldn't afford a watch, when I stayed in that broken bed in that fucked up cabin up in Chilkoot Charlie's in Alaska, I would have worn a watch like this. And they would have been like, God damn it, this guy's a pro. I hope they gave him a good bed. If you hadn't had the chance to experience how a movement watch fits around your wrist, this is your chance. Movement watches start at just $95. It looks like a $700 watch. I'm not going to lie to you. See, when Movement cut out the middleman with the huge big brand markups, the price of a stylish watch finally got affordable. Imagine that, a watch with department store quality for a fraction of the price. Movement has grown organically purely by supporters like you, so join their more than 1 million social media followers and get a Movement watch today. Go to mvmtwatches.com/Burr and they'll give you 15% off your entire purchase. That's MVMT. Michael, Victor, Michael, Tango, watches.com/Burr. And there is one last one. Stamps.com. Mailing and shipping are a routine part of running your business. Important. Keeps your operations going, but if you're making constant trips to the post office, that's a routine you need to change. There's much more convenient way, and that's Stamps.com. Stamps.com brings all the services of the post office right to your desk. Buy and print official U.S. postage using your own computer and printer. You'll never waste valuable time going to the goddamn post office again, so you can focus on what really matters, trying to bang the chick in the cubicle next to you. And growing your business. I use Stamps.com anytime I send out any of my posters. I'm a moron. If I can figure it out, so can you. Right now, sign up for Stamps.com and use my last name, Burr, for this special offer, 4-week trial plus $110 bonus offers. That includes postage and a digital scale. Don't wait. Go to Stamps.com before you do anything else. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, the last question that I actually did with the lovely Nia, and now we're fucking... Wage gap myth. Did this spark a debate? Dear Billy Baru, I was one of the fortunate audience members of your epic terrorist performance. You crushed it, in my opinion. Thank you very much. He said the wage gap statistic. He said, I want to debunk a myth for you. The wage gap statistic. You know, there's this thing right now that they say that a woman gets paid less, 79 cents less to do the exact same job as a guy, which, you know, my opinion is fucked up. The job should pay what it should pay, right? So this guy says the wage gap statistic that you hear about all the time is simply the average earnings of men and women working full time. It does not take into account different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same work. It has nothing to do with discrimination. In 1963, the Supreme Court passed the Equal Pay Act, which makes it illegal to pay different wages for the same job. If you still don't buy that, then consider this. If a company could legally pay women less money, do you think those greedy cunts would ever hire a man? Some decent points there. Once I pulled this wage gap thread, a whole bunch of other feminist myths started to unravel, but I just wanted to shine a light on this topic. Well, okay, I'll have to look all of that up. I never looked up the Equal Pay Act, but if they're still able to make the numbers work, then wouldn't that say that guys get the better high-paying jobs? Then does it become that? I'm just asking. All right? That's what I would guess. So, I don't know. Evidently, I have some reading to do, and I think a lot of feminists do, too, that just jump on the bandwagon. I'll look up the Equal Pay Act. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I mean, one of the dumbest fucking ways to get somebody to listen to your goddamn opinion is to just sit there and be like, you got it better than us. Your life is fucking easy. That immediately puts the other side going like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you and your brassiere, you know? My fucking life's easy. I just dealt with this, and this. You know, it just puts people into that mindset. I don't know. That whole fucking yelling and screaming and shit, you know, believe me, as a yeller and a screamer, I know it doesn't make people listen to you. It just makes people just go, oh my God, I want to get away from this person, or that person's a fucking lunatic. That's been my experience trying to convey ideas since I was a little orange-headed child. I don't know what's going on. Okay, at the end of the day, the job should pay what the job pays, and the best person should get it. But sadly, that is never going to happen, because there's always going to be the boss's son. There's always going to be the hot chick. There's always going to be the racist, the homophobe, the person who comes in with the southern accent, and you're up north, or vice versa, and somebody's mentally still fighting the war, or think southern people are stupid. The only way to take the human element out of it is to gradually, slowly but surely, dumb down human beings, make everything automated, and you slowly replace them with free-thinking robots, which is basically what's going to happen. By free-thinking, I mean they agree with the upper 1%, and not even the upper 1%, the upper 1% of the 1% that doesn't even show up, you know? There's a lot of, you remember all the blue blood money, and everybody kind of knew how much money they had, and now they all say that, oh, they gave away a lot. You know, the Rockefellers are, you know, their fortune isn't what it's worth. It used to be. The Vanderbilts, they're only worth like $75 million now. I mean, that's, I don't know. There's all these stories out there that there's families that are so fucking big and powerful, they're above any sort of borders. And they fucking, you know, when they travel by yacht, it's like their little navy. And they just, I love conspiracy theory, and they just float around. They pull up to the dock, and the countries just come out and give them bags of gold, and then they just disappear. It's like Waterworld, except, you know, without the, you know, I don't know, except they still have all the amenities because the world hasn't flooded over yet. Does that make any sense? You know, I think that's as good a spot to stop as any. My apologies for fucking up the podcast this week. You guys have a nice couple of fucking days. And can I end on some more drum nerd shit? I told you my drum teacher's taking me through that Sting album, 10 Summers Tales or whatever, that has the great Vinnie Colaiuta on it, and how they played in all these odd times, but they wanted to imply 4/4 time. And he finally taught me on that 7 days, which is in 5, which I love. He finally wrote out what he was doing on the hi-hat, which is basically he's playing that. It's 4 against 5. He's playing 5 underneath, but he's implying 4 in the hi-hat. And after all these fucking years of trying to figure out how to do it, he just wrote out one line of it, and now it makes sense to me. And it's basically on the hi-hat, I just still count in 5, but you just count, you know, underneath, if you listen to it, you count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that fucking shit. But on top, how it works for me is I still count in 5. You're throwing in, you count it as like eighth notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And the first time through, you accent 1, 3, and 5. And the second time through, you accent 2 and 4. Try that. That's the way I've been doing it. Now, granted, this is massively filtered down from a professional drummer to a stand-up comedian who cannot read out loud. All right. That's it. Go fuck yourselves. I'll talk to you on Thursday. I'll check in on you. All right.